Sitting huddled beneath a down jacket, sheltering from the sun, my back against a rock, I drank some liquid for the first time in 4 days. I was going to live. The photographs I took were purely a conditioned reflex. I would want one picture of this view, just as a reminder of the ordeal I had endured. The glacier, spread about before me like a white desert, was peopled by my imagination, and over it hung the massive West Wall of Changabang, a great cinema screen which would never have figures on it. Joe Tasker had survived Dunagiri and had returned to life to the west of the shining mountain. Autumn days passed. Meanwhile, I was in the Western world. "Have you seen this letter?" asked Dennis Gray across the office of the British Mountaineering Council in Manchester, where we both worked. "What a fantastic effort," he added. I picked it up. It was from Dick Renshaw, who had just been on an expedition to the Garhwal Himalaya with Joe Tasker. The magnitude of their achievement jumped out from its few words. "Dear Dennis, we climbed Dunagiri. It took us 6 days up the southeast ridge. When we reached the summit, we ran out of food and fuel to melt snow into water. The descent took 5 days, and we suffered. I got frostbite in some fingers and shall be flying home soon from Delhi. Joe's driving the van back. Yours, Dick. P.S. Congratulations to Pete on climbing Everest." I sat down, filled with envy. Dennis was already on the phone to the local press. "Incredible feat of endurance. Just the two of them. Tiny budget. 23,000-foot mountain. Far more significant than the recent southwest face of Everest climb." I had to strain to hear the words above the clattering typewriters and rhythmic pumping of the duplicating machine. Beyond the plate glass windows, the red brick of the office block, the unkempt, lumpy car park, and the home for the destitute, I could glimpse the blue of the sky. I stared dumbly at the trays of letters in front of me. Access problems, committee meetings, equipment inquiries. Amongst them were invitations to receptions and dinners, and requests to give lectures about the Everest climb. All demands to accelerate the headlong pace of my life. Their number diluted the quality of my work. "Everest is a bloody bore," screamed a voice inside my head. The previous evening I had given a slideshow about Everest. It was as if I was standing aside and listening to myself. As time distances you from a climb, it seems you are talking about someone else. All the usual questions had rolled out at the end. What does it feel like on top? What do you have to eat? How do you go to the toilet when you're up there? Is it more difficult coming down? How long did it take you? Don't you think you've done it all now you've been to the top of Everest? What marvellous courage you must have." Courage. Endurance. Those words drifted across the office and mocked my bitter mood of discontent. Meaningless. Courage is doing only what you are scared of doing. The blatant drama of mountaineering blinds the judgment of these people who are so loud in praise. Life has many cruel subtleties that require far more courage to deal with than the obvious dangers of climbing. Endurance. But it takes more endurance to work in a city than it does to climb a high mountain. It takes more endurance to crush the hopes and ambitions that were in your childhood dreams, and to submit to a daily routine of work that fits into a tiny cog in the wheel of Western civilization. Really great mountaineers. But what are mountaineers? Professional heroes of the West?